For the first time since the attempt on his life, Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico addressed his nation recently in a social media message recorded at his home, where he is recovering after being shot several times. Fico believes the attack was due to his views against supporting Ukraine. Citing public opinion polls, analysts say polarization between those who support Ukraine and those who are on Russia's side in this war has skyrocketed, and not only in the streets of Slovakia, but in societies throughout Central Europe. One report by the Slovak think tank GlobalSec suggests that war fatigue is to blame for decreased sympathy for the Ukrainian cause in these countries.
What has sort of been happening since 2022 is that some of the initial support is fading, but it was a very high level of support, so that's expected in some countries. For instance, in Poland, compared to 2022, less people see Ukraine's future in the EU, NATO, or both.
With support for the Ukrainian cause declining in Central Europe, Russian propaganda, observers say, is focused on undermining support for the European Union among societies in places like Romania, Slovakia, and Hungary.
These disinformation campaigns do not really aim to win the hearts and minds of Eastern Europeans, but to confuse them, to make them believe that the West is not as good.
Analysts say that along with pushing propaganda campaigns on social media, Russia routinely works to infiltrate the institutions of not only Central but Western European countries, as the recent arrests of alleged Russian spies in Germany suggest.
We've seen what looks like an activation of Russia's programs to push forward the extended arm of its intelligence and security services, potentially to prepare for actual conflict with Europe itself.
From Riga to Bratislava, the formerly communist countries of Eastern and Central Europe, once inside Moscow's sphere of influence, face growing pressure that is straining their societies internally, a pressure that is raising concerns about the future of democracy in the region. For Ricardo Marquina, this is John Spear, VOA News.